Bruce woke up to hear something from Kevin that he hadn't even told his wife. He was interested in acting but didn't want a crazy life. Burton told him, "Your eyes are green. My eyes are green. I believe you will be okay." Kevin remembered that short, strange moment. Burton's car pulled up next to Kevin and his wife, who were waiting for a cheap bus as their plane touched down. Burton told him good luck as he rolled down the window. That was it. Everything changed in that one moment. Kevin quit his ad job after only 1 month. He started going to acting classes every night and doing strange jobs like driving trucks, working on fishing boats, and even giving bus tours of famous people's homes to make money. He wasn't well known, but something had sparked in him. He didn't have any money, no one to talk to, and no clear way to go. But he had something more important than everything else. He had faith. Kevin Costner did not start out with big paychecks and walks on red carpets. His first movie was one he later wished never existed. He took a part in a cheap movie called Sizzle Beach, USA in the late 1970s, when he was broke and ready to give up. It wasn't out until 1981, and Costner already felt bad about it by then. There were some soft parts in the movie, and Costner felt something inside him break while shooting one of the sad scenes. It didn't matter how long he had to wait for real work. He would never do something like that again. It cost something to make that choice. He barely worked for almost 6 years, getting by with odd jobs and small gigs. In the end, he tried to buy the movie's rights so that no one would ever see it. But the seller said no and put it out again. He used his name to sell tickets after he became famous. He got some parts, but they didn't change his life. He played a man who had killed himself in The Big Chill. The others got back together because his character died. All the flashback scenes, which were sad and powerful, were filmed by him. Then the director cut it all out, every scene. The shot of his dead body at the beginning was the only part that was left. Just a face, not any lines, not a credit. It was meant to be his big break. He was surprised when another door slammed shut in his face. So he kept working hard. A small part in Francis. A face that you might forget in an Apple Lisa ad. A few more short movies that no one saw. In a way, he was working, but he wasn't moving. The people in charge of casting forgot his name. He felt not seen. He said it was like every day he was the new kid at school. Because his family moved around a lot when he was young, he felt lonely in Hollywood as well. He kept going anyway. He had a dream. He held out. The phone then went off. The person was Lawrence Kasdan. He felt bad about cutting him out of The Big Chill. He thought about how great Costner had been, even though no one else saw it. He gave him a real second chance. He told him he could play a part in Silverado. It wasn't just any part. Costner wanted to finally show what he could do. It worked. Costner was funny, charming, and full of life. Some people noticed. They thought of him for the first time. That movie made things possible. In 1987, one of those exits led to The Untouchables. A lot of money was spent. Big people were in it, and Costner got the lead role. He wasn't even close to being the studio's first pick. Harrison Ford didn't live. Mel Gibson and Jack Nicholson did the same thing, but Costner was backed by Steven Spielberg, who had worked with him before. It was clear to him that this person was going somewhere. He was right too. Costner was in movies with Robert De Niro and Sean Connery, and he did well. It made more than $100 million. Suddenly, Costner wasn't having a hard time as a performer. He had fame, but he didn't stop to enjoy it. Bull Durham was his next move, but he didn't just want to act. He did not want it to be fake. Before the movie was made, he made the director watch him play baseball. He showed up, he hit the ball from both sides of the plate. He threw, he ran away, he showed that he could do it. He then took the film with him. They didn't think a baseball movie would do well at the box office. That was wrong, and Costner helped show it. People loved the movie, and it made over $50 million. He made Field of Dreams the next year. A strange and quiet movie about a farmer who hears voices in a cornfield. He will come if you build it. That line became well known in the United States. It made almost $85 million. It was nominated for an Oscar. It's still used today. It helped them remember good times, not just make money. Costner wanted to do more than act by 1990. He set up TIG Productions to make movies that he thought were good. Dances with Wolves was the first one. They said it was too long, risky, and strange. They told him to cut out the parts where Native Americans spoke. No, he said. They told him to spend less. No, he said. He put very large amounts of his own money into it. It might have made him bad. It made more than $400 million and won 7 Oscars instead. He didn't stop. He worked with Whitney Houston to make The Bodyguard. One more risk and another win. More than $400 million at the box office, and the album sold more copies than any other movie soundtrack ever. After many years, he did it again, even though no one else believed in a project called Horizon. He took out a loan on his dream home to pay for it. The risk, the heart, and the reason are all the same. That's because Kevin Costner doesn't wait to tell a story. He only builds it. Kevin Costner did more than just play. He put everything on the line. He learned Lakota Sioux for 9 months for Dances with Wolves. He didn't just add a few words here and there. He worked with Native American experts and made sure that almost a third of the movie was in proper Lakota. Studios were scared by that brave move. 2 of them turned down the movie, but Orion Pictures did. A 60-year-old Lakota teacher named Doris Leader Charge was hired by Costner to translate the script and coach the whole group for 6 months. That half year, she said, she made more money than any other time she taught on the Rosebud tribe. Even so, some people in the country where the movie was shot laughed when they saw it. Russell Means, an activist for the Oglala Lakota people, said that many of the male roles, including Costner, spoke the feminine form of Lakota. Still, this was one of the first times that an indigenous language got that much screen time in a Hollywood movie, and people took notice. It was a big deal when Dances with Wolves won an Oscar in 1991. On March 25, in front of almost 43 million people, it won 7 of the 12 Academy Awards it was nominated for. Costner won Best Director his first movie, making him only the 5th person in history to do so. He was also nominated for Best Actor. Many reviewers still don't agree on whether that was fair because the movie beat Scorsese's Goodfellas, but it was clear that the Academy liked the big frontier drama more than the gritty mafia classic. Costner said he hadn't trusted himself as he stood on stage with his Oscar, but the outcome could not be argued with. In 60 years, Dances with Wolves was the first Western to win Best Picture. Costner didn't pick up speed. The next book he read was Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, just a few days after that one. He didn't have much time to rest. He didn't use stunt doubles because the time limit was so short. He did most of the motion himself. He climbed castle walls and jumped over moats, but it hurt his shoulder. He did a crazy stunt where he used a catapult to send himself over a 10-meter-high wall. To do that, they had to figure out the math right down to the kilogram, which meant they had to use about 5,000 kilograms of force. A stuntman in France offered to go look for magic mushrooms between takes one day. Costner laughed it off, since there was a sword fight coming up soon. "Hey Nick, did you eat mushrooms? It's going to be an hour before we swing swords," he said. At the same time, loud planes from Heathrow Airport kept flying over, messing up takes and making them do the tiring castle climbs over and over again. Then JFK came along. It wasn't just another part. It was a fight. Costner played Jim Garrison, the DA of New Orleans who thought that Kennedy's death was part of a plot. Oliver Stone, the director, didn't hold back.